Hey and welcome back to another video. This week you join me in a brand new country. We're in Santa Ana, El Salvador. I had no idea what to expect from El Salvador before arriving, but I threw myself in. And of course, I brought you with me. Let's go to the Santa Ana volcano, do a walking tour in the city, and learn how to make their national dish in a Pupusas cooking class. Stay tuned for a little bit of adventure, a little bit of culture, and a little bit more silliness. One of the most popular activities to do from Santa Ana was to hike the nearby volcano. We rented motorbikes from Rick's hostel in town, which worked out cheaper than booking a day tour. When you arrive at the national park, you'll need to find a guide and pay a small fee as they won't let you up without one. The last group of the morning leaves at 11 a.m. As we make our way up to see a luminescent crater lake, let's talk a little bit about Santa Ana as a stop on your backpacking route. If you're heading into El Salvador from Guatemala, it makes a lot of sense to stop off in Santa Ana. It's the second largest city in El Salvador, so it has lots of hostels offering activities and day tours. Perfect. However, when it comes to the evening activities, options were pretty scarce. A top tip is to check your hostel has a kitchen. See the description below as well for more recommendations.
¿Qué más?
What?
Do you know any other Spanish words?
Yeah. Hola, ¿cómo está?
Sí.
Mi nombre está Matiz.
Wow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
Ay, qué bueno.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's all. I'm done.
Wow, qué buena. Well done, team. Listo.
Hi, it's Matheus and Mateo. Hi.
We hopped back on the bikes to take us back into the city. On the way, we stopped off at a little cafe for some pupusas, and that was the end of the first day's adventure. The next morning, I joined a walking tour around Santa Ana to get a better feel for the city. As we wandered through the streets, our guide shared a little bit about El Salvador's past and how much things have changed in recent years. Not too long ago, it was considered one of the most dangerous countries in the world. But since President Nayib Bukele introduced strict anti-gang policies, the country has become much safer and is now welcoming more tourists each year. After a morning stroll, we sat down at the table to try all the different local dishes El Salvador has to offer. The guide took great pride in showing us the selection he'd shopped for as we walked around town. I must admit I was quite shocked at just how much plastic is used, and I'm not sure that drinking juice from a plastic bag is something I'll be taking home with me, but it was definitely a unique experience worth doing.
Mata niño, pan es mata niño. So I'm gonna share with you this, you can split it up. Let's begin with this. You can split it up and share it. And these are mata niños. And the meat is not real meat, it's soy meat.
Oh wow!
Actually, we have a pack that we don't need. This is squash. It's like a pumpkin with sour cream, rice, and pasta. She put pasta. This is another pumpkin. It's different. We call it pipián, and this is pipián, the same squash. But this is stuffed with cheese and meat or chicken with rice. This is beef. This is 2 types of berro or spinach patties with the idea, my friends, that you can share. For example, this is something like vegetarians can eat, vegetarians can eat this, but like the idea is everyone to share and eat as much.
One evening, I decided to join in on the famous pupusa making class at Casa Coco. Pupusas are thick, handmade corn tortillas stuffed with filling, served with a tomato sauce and a cabbage slaw.
Ahora les voy a presentar nuestros ingredientes. Por este lado tenemos chorizo. It's the same in English, I believe. Okay. Tenemos pollo, chicken.
Once we'd got to grips with all the ingredients, we began making the sauce. You boil tomatoes, onion, garlic, salt and jalapenos in a pot for 10 minutes and then you blend into a mixture to make the sauce. We then moved on to make the slaw. What I love to watch is that you need to squeeze all the liquid out of the veggies so the vinegar and salt can do the work. I actually didn't get a clip of this bit, but I'm sure you can imagine what cabbage looks like shredded. For the pupusas, you take a handful of dough, which is just maize flour and water. You make it into a cup shape in your hand before adding the fillings of your choice. Then you tuck in the side to seal it all before flattening it into the shape of a thick pancake. Once they were ready, we popped them on the hot griddle to sizzle and melt before digging into our creations. Doing this class really made me want to bring this recipe home and make pupusas in the UK. If you do this class, you'll be sorted for lunch the next day as you make so many with all the ingredients on the table. Now the pupusas are cooked and ready to eat, it brings me to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this little rundown of what I got up to in Santa Ana. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already, as next week I'll take you with me on more adventures in El Salvador. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you got this far and a comment so I know you did, and I'll see you guys next week for another video. Bye!